Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, our playoff lightning round, necessitated by 13 different teams in postseason play tonight, begins in Memphis, Missouri, with state quarterfinal action for the Scotland County Tigers. One win away from a trip to state on their home field, taking on traditionally powerful New Bloomfield, and they proved to be every bit of that tonight. Tyler Fenewald on the hill for them. And boy, was he good, shutting down the Scotland County Bats early and allowing his team to build a lead in this one. It comes courtesy of Grant Nichols right here, who would extend the lead with this RBI single to center, out to 4-0 in favor of New Bloomfield at that point. It would grow to as big as a 5-0 lead. That's when Aaron Buford gets into the act, gets his team on the board with a seeing eye single right here, which cuts the lead back down to 4, but just too much of New Bloomfield down the stretch. Scored another run on an air, scored another run on a Zach Burton RBI single. That was the difference in the ball game. Scotland County's fine season ends at 22-3 on the year, but they do fall one game shy of state to New Bloomfield. 7-1 was your final. Now, with the least surprising score of the night, Quincy Notre Dame completely overmatched in terms of everything tonight coming in against Southeast, and they prove exactly why as they destroy their first-round regional opponent tonight, 13-2. Joey Pollock with a 2-run walk-off homer to complete the 10-run rule tonight. Johnny Ray with 4 ribbies as QND moves on and advances. Should be much more interesting on Saturday, a showdown with SHG, which struggled tonight against Springfield, winning 1-0. QND will play SHG at SHG Saturday at 11 a.m. That should be plenty of fun. Beardstown and Plains sectional semifinals tonight. Tigers down 1-0 top of the 6th. Plains looking to extend. Dalton Nibby with a single, but he was unwise to test the throwing arm of Marcus Bowser, who guns him right there in support of his pitcher, Rick Dorr. Dorr, meanwhile, his team's struggling. He gave up just one unearned run. They couldn't produce anything, but Dorr with a single right here to load the bases. But the Cards defense stranded 13 Tigers tonight with gems like this. As I mentioned, bases juiced for the cleanup hitter, Will Robertson. Check out Dylan B at first base, absolutely taking one away. You will never see a better high school catch than that. It might have curled foul, might not have, but 3 runs would have scored, and Beardstown might have won. Beardstown in the bottom of the 7th trying to keep things alive. Chad Weller on the hill. It's pretty good defensively. Ball caroms off his shin, gets the out at first. That was nifty. This was even better. Dalton Nibby on the swinging bunt, but Deontay McWilliams right here. Check out the throw from the third baseman. Ridiculous stuff against the fastest guy in the field. Beardstown just couldn't play to run. They stranded 13. Their season comes to an end in heartbreaking fashion. As I mentioned, Dorr didn't give up a run earned anyway. That's a tough way to go out. Beardstown loses to their arch nemesis Plains, the defending state champs, 1-0. Better news, we've got some for you. Illini West advancing on tonight. Alex Rhodes with the win, Colton Millinger with the save. Illini West beats Brimfield and advances on to the championship game on Saturday. Meanwhile, Liberty, a winner over Brown County. Austin Ormond, a big day today with 2 ribbies and a big 4th-run outing that saw them produce all 3 runs there. The Eagles win 3-2 your final. That produces a weird choice for Lucas Boer, who's the number 2 hitter for Liberty. He will either play in the sectional championship game in baseball on Saturday or run at state in Charleston in the 2-mile. He's got a tough choice facing him. By the way, Triopia, nice upset win tonight over South Fulton to advance to that championship game. Ike Weary's doing the job on the hill tonight to power his team to victory. So should be fun between Liberty and Triopia coming up on Saturday. Softball now, Griggsville Perry, Pawnee going at it in this one. Hannah DeWitt was just nails. Gave up a lead-up double and never allowed anything else. Never a sniff to Pawnee the rest of the way. Then your 9-spot hitter steps in, Devin Battefeld, who was a menace tonight. 2-run double to start things off. Later in that second frame, it's Lindley Ellis who would extend the lead right here and drive home Miss Battefeld right here with an RBI smash to make it 3-0. Miss DeWitt would take over from there, and she wouldn't give the opponents, I should say, another sniff in this ball game, striking out batters right and left in this one, and then helping her own cause, nearly leaving the yard here with a home run. Turns out to be a double. That would be followed up by a double from Jordan Bright, who drives home Miss DeWitt, makes it at that point a 4-0 lead. Jordan Bright, great piece of hitting. Not the best slide or trip or fall or pratfall into second base you will ever see. Yeah, we got you, Jordan. Nice highlight, though. Finally, more from Battefeld, and tonight, love is a Battefeld. Heartache to heartache, we stand tonight. Great night for Devin Battefeld. 3 RBIs as Griggsville Perry gets it done in 9-0 fashion. Meanwhile, Illini West taking on Rock Ridge tonight. 1-0 Rockets in the top of the second. Blair Boston on the hill trying to get out of a jam, induces the comebacker, and she does that very, very well. Her defense stood up behind her as well tonight. Top of the third, Rockets with a couple in scoring position in this one. Check out Hannah Speakermeyer. Track this ball down. Going to fire a bullet to Mackenzie Anderson to get the runner at the plate. Are you kidding me? Great throw, great defense. The Chargers still down 1-0 on the night, but they could not mount a single lick of offense against Rockridge. Illini West fine season comes to an end. 3-0 was your final. Also coming into an end tonight, Beardstown's fine season at a loss to the best pitcher in the state, Megan Flory from Brimfield, who Beardstown actually beat this season 1-0. Megan Flory gets revenge with 17 strikeouts as Brimfield ends Beardstown's run. 2-0 was your final. How about Q&D in softball tonight? The 3 seed, as good as they've been, that's how loaded this regional is, taking on Rochester, the host team. Scoreless in the 5th. Rachel Anderson with the slapper to center right there, and that would give the Rockets a 1-0 lead. Allie Bortmus going to extend it to 3-0, and despite a Carly Wilson home run late in this ball game, solo shot in the 7th, Q&D, their fine season comes to an end as well as the Lady Raiders lose 3-1 your final, and a heartbreaking loss tonight for Quincy High School in the opening of their regional against Alton. A pass ball in the 7th inning is the difference as the Blue Devils go down to defeat to the 2 seed. 7-6 was your final there. Finally, tonight, opening night of the CICL, rough loss for the Hannibal Cavemen on the road to Springfield. They give up a run in the 9th inning after a bunt and a nice piece of hitting. Springfield wins 1-0. The Quincy Gems, though, open their year successfully. They are back home tonight for their home, or tomorrow night, I should say, for their home opener after beating the Danville Dans. 9-3 was your final. A little calmer night tomorrow, and then we should have a wild weekend of fun ahead coming up on Friday and Saturday. State track, all those championship games for sectionals and regionals as well.
And see, now you went and got Pat Benatar stuck in my head.
See,
so
that'll be the earwig for the rest of your night.
Yeah, pretty.